All right, well, back once again here. Sarnia Sting down 1 to Mississauga Steelheads. 2-1 right now in favor of Mississauga. 6 shots on goal for our friends of Sarnia Sting to 10 goals of the Mississauga. You know what? Danny's not impressed. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, a little slow moving out there, I think. Or
First
whatever.
15 minutes of this game, the Sarnia Sting had 2 shots on net. They came out strong. They got their first shot on net, they got a goal. Second shot on net, almost got a goal.
Yeah.
But 2 shots on net for the first 50 minutes will not win you games. Simple.
Right.
Steelheads, on the other hand, well, they came out. They had, in the first 15 minutes, they had, I believe it was 8 shots on net, which is still not really up to snuff, but at least they had 8 with 2 goals, and they finished off the first period with 10 shots on net.
Well, it's been, I don't know.
and we had 2 power plays.
Yeah.
2 power plays.
And our power plays, honestly, have been our strength. This year, we're in the top. We dropped down a bit, but we're top 4 in the entire league for power plays. On the other side of that, our penalty kills were the bottom 3 out of the 20 teams. Which I guess I was talking to my friend upstairs there, and he said, "Well, but that means the penalty minutes are low," which this team's had a hard time, I think, over the years with penalties, but we haven't really seen any of that yet. Jacob Perreault. You know, nice to see him come in there with the goal he did. It was a nice goal. Is it the defense or the offense? What are you thinking?
I've seen a lot of mistakes happening in the neutral zone. Perreault, bunch of guys, they get up to the red line, and before they cross the red line, they're constantly shooting the puck down ice. Well, they got called on every single one, icing. Make the one step across the ice, and then rifle it in. Change, get some fresh legs out there, away you go. You always got to cross that line. They got caught, I bet you, a good 8 or 9 times for icing already in the first period. That's a lot.
Yeah. They seem to, in the beginning, you know, I noticed that the Sting really did seem to have a lot of control of the puck, though. And when Mississauga did have it, our guys were, I like to say, right on the heel blades of their opponents. But then that did seem to change coming the latter half of what changes there when you're up, you're the first goal, which is always nice to be the first one to get the goal that says hello, we're here to play hockey.
And it was early too.
But then they responded 30, 40 seconds later with a goal, and then not too far away again then. So what changes out there from when you're feeling you got the control going on here, and then all of a sudden, whoopsie.
The thing is, with the Sarnia Sting, they had excellent control of the puck in the offensive zone. Passes were tape to tape. They were doing it very well. They just couldn't have, or they didn't provide a shot on that to the guys were always getting tied up. They didn't have the opportunity where, if the puck's controlled on the left side, they pass it over the right side. You're supposed to spring load and just fire it off to the net. They didn't get those opportunities. They got to calculate a better result just to get those crucial shots, especially when you had 2 solid power plays and they had control of the puck most of the time. They just couldn't get those shots off on that.
Right. Well, as Jay Peckham would say, you can't shoot it straight at the goalie either. You got to look for the messy thing. Not an easy task out there, too.
No.
When you talk about the emotional side, about how we have said how this team has been, and we even talked. My friend upstairs said it's been a roller coaster of a ride this season so far. So the emotion can really come into it comes into play in any sport, but it really does out here in a game of hockey that's moving so fast. And again, missing some significant players, which means some of the other players have to step up, not just as a player, but I think in leadership roles in the locker room.
Of course, the game's not just a 100% physical game. There's a huge emotional part and mental part of the game. And if you're not in sync in all areas, well, it could be a tough ride.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
You think, but they're not down hard. I mean,
No, it's 2-1. Lots of time.
Lots of time. Well, the next 20 minutes, I think, is going to dictate the rest of this game.
The second period.
I like how I said that.
Yeah. They always come out strong in the second period.
Well, they have been, right?
Yes.
You know, and I was just going to say that, and they really have been. Their second period has been their strongest. I said that to David Legwand after the loss to Saginaw last week, 11-8 in that one. Clearly, he was not a happy coach, nor should he be, I guess. I wanted to say to him, wow, this is sort of bass backwards to what things have normally been. Second period was their worst period in that game. And here we're, I guess, looking to see them come on back and take advantage of what they've been good at. The second period has always been good for them.
The thing is, from a coaching perspective, these guys have done it. They've been in the league. They've played every single role. They have life experiences in their roles. They already walked their shoes. They already know what they've done. So if the guys actually listen to the coach when they've, like, Hatcher's been in all the leagues just like these guys. If they listen to Hatcher and do as he says, things will go. I'm not saying Hatcher's the best coach in the world, but he has his experiences on the ice and he knows what happens in the future.
Yeah. It was really nice to see. I don't know if you saw it there a few days ago. CTV News London did a story on the Sarnia Sting because Sarnia Sting have just renewed a deal with the city of Sarnia, and they have got a lease for the next 5 years.
Excellent.
With the city of Sarnia, which is great. And CTV News London came down and talked to David Legwand, actually. Very nice article, and they just said, we love this city, we're not going anywhere. So it was really nice to see that, because and the reason I wanted to point that out is because a lot of people over the years have said, the Sting's going to leave, they're going to move on to back to the state, go to the States or something like that. And I could tell I never really felt that. But maybe I had an advantage to understanding that. But they spent last year $600,000 on this new score sign, or
they're definitely not cheap.
No, and to see them come through the negotiations with the city of Sarnia, and it just really says that they're serious about being here. So that was really good to see that out there. Well, 2-1, and there goes the horn. We're about 5 minutes away as we come to you live from the Progressive Auto Sales Arena with it's Ugly Sweater Day here. And,
I did ugly tie. Sorry, guys.
Well, I wouldn't say it's ugly. It's just not as nice as my sweater. That's all. Is that mean of me to say?
No,
it's not. Okay.
No.
But yeah, 2-1 right now. I think the Sarnia Sting, and not just because second period has been their strength. I think I don't know. I just got a feeling that they're like, okay, wait a minute, let's regroup here, and we should be able to beat Mississauga. Now, if you look at the standings, my friend upstairs. I keep saying my friend upstairs like he's a hockey god or something, but. Gentleman I sit beside upstairs, we were talking about. If you look at the stats and where everybody is, where these teams are, so many are like within points of each other. It's like the first, second, third, fourth, and don't quote me on this, but really close to each other. And even near the bottom, there's still opportunity for any of these teams to really come out ahead at the end of the season coming into the playoffs.
I'm pretty sure Mississauga's third last.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong.
Well, I just think it's still anybody's game out there.
It is.
There's still time.
It's a battle of the wits right now. We're going to use Whittier and come out and strong in the second period.
Well, what do you think Mississauga? Now, we talked about the Sting and how they were playing. Does Mississauga need to change anything, or do they just need to keep doing what they were doing in the first period?
They came out strong. Like they have I noticed the players are really tall and big.
They are. Mississauga's got some big players.
They're taller than me. I'm 6 feet. These kids are big.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the factors is when we come back. About 3 minutes time, they'll be back on the ice. Sarnia Sting, one behind Mississauga Steelheads, and we'll keep updating you throughout our Facebook and our Twitter page. So we hope you'll follow us to that. If you're watching this, give us some comments below here. Wherever we share it around, we've got to see the comments on the Show with David Burrows page, or we won't see the comments, but we'd be happy to respond to those comments for you. Well, coming up next period, will the Sarnia Sting turn around? Well, that's the hope around here. We'll be back, I guess, and hopefully just have something positive to say, right?
Yeah.
For the show live on location, once again, I'm David Burrows, and my friend, I almost said Jay Peckham. That would just be wrong. And my good friend, oh boy, he's going to be like, oh, you call him a good friend. Danny Coccimiglio will be back soon.